God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you, as in a dry and weary land. So I will bless you as long as I live, long as I live in your name. I will lift up my hands, so I will bless you as long as I live, long as I live in your name. I will lift up my hands, but the king shall rejoice in God. All who swear by him shall exult, for the mouths of liars will be stopped, as in a dry and weary land. So I will bless you as long as I live, long as I live in your name. I will lift up my hands, so I will bless you as long as I live, long as I live in your name. I will lift up my hands,
I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. And where I am, there you may be also. Where I go.
Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Monday.
It is Monday.
It's
It's-
Brad. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. No, that's okay. And I'm Christa. Should we start this again?
Yeah, let's do that. Hey.
Ooh, there we go.
Cut. Hey, everybody. I'm Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. Welcome to Monday. I should have
is-
done it that way.
Yeah, there we go. It's Monday. It's a very rainy Monday here. It's kind of yucky outside. But
Central Wisconsin is all kind of soppy,
yeah. But
sappy.
you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes.
You know, they say about everybody says that about wherever you live.
I know. It's very true.
Because when we lived in Florida, it was that way, especially during the summer, every afternoon.
Every afternoon you could set your watch to the rainstorm.
Yeah, I don't know. Ladies and gents, welcome. We are going to be talking about the food system. No, it is not clickbait. Yes,
Nope.
we have many stories that we need to talk about. A lot of stuff is changing. Who's excited for higher prices? Not me.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not me, says Brad.
No.
First things first, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the chat so far and almost 40 watching. You need to say hi. You need to give a thumbs up and you need to make some kind of comment, mainly because it's live.
This is live. This is not pre-recorded. This is live. So watch us fumble over our words, which happens every time.
It's inevitable.
It is.
I'm gonna probably say some things. You know what? We don't have a bleeper button.
No, we don't have a bleeper button, and I don't have a filter, so I have a hard time not saying things that I shouldn't say.
Filter?
I don't have a filter.
She used to say I didn't have a filter.
Well, yeah, it just depends on the day, I suppose.
Depends on how you feel.
Exactly. What does that mean?
Depends on how you feel
Exactly.
if I have a filter.
Right. I think everybody doesn't have a filter.
I don't know.
So it looks like there's a lot of people from Wisconsin here today.
Oh, wow.
So Zarlita, she's new. Sorry, he. I'm not exactly sure who you are. Glad you're here. Chris and Nikki are not from Wisconsin, but hello anyway.
They're south of us.
They're
Yeah.
south of us. Yep.
But then again, most people are.
Right. Danny is Danny in Wisconsin?
I forgot where Danny's from. Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. He does say. Sorry, I kind of yelled into the microphone. He is also in Wisconsin, and it's also raining there. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. A. Perry from West Virginia and Yarn Prepper is also in Wisconsin. So
Just for clarity's sake, Zarlita is a she.
Thank you.
So we have been following a story for a while about this virus that's been going on inside of animals that has all the scientists freaked out, and it's really rattling the food system. That's honestly and truthfully what we're talking about. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories. It's all about food system stuff, and it will all eventually affect you and your pocketbook, and even possibly what you eat and drink in the very near future, unless we hold people's feet to the fire.
Exactly. So over the last several months, we're seeing in I think 7 or 8 states, an increased rate of H5N1, which is the avian influenza, or sorry, highly pathogenic avian influenza, HPAI. But it's also called H5N1. It is deadly to chickens, but for cows, it is not deadly. They recover within 2 weeks. But there are thousands of cows who are contracting this HPAI, the avian influenza.
Do you guys know what we're talking about? Because we've been talking about this for a few months. I'm just
Yeah.
curious. Jump into the chat.
Yeah.
And continue on.
Yeah, if you guys have heard anything about it, Pennsylvania and Michigan have been pretty hit hard with this HPAI. But because of this, back up just a hair. The HPAI, the avian influenza, actually, it makes the cows sick. They also then recover within 2 weeks, but it is also going through to the milk, which they said back when this first started to appear in cows, that it was not going through to the milk. Well,
things have changed.
Then they did some studies, and in 20% of the studies that they found the HPAI was in the milk. Now they're finding that it is in the milk that is on the store shelves after being pasteurized.
Check this out. Here's a news article from Farm Progress. And it says Class 3 milk price jumps $4.83 in 4 weeks. Like I said, this is going to be a ripple that will go through everything that we see. And I see that there's looks like a female, because I can't see the icons very well in the live chat, but Face from the Sky is from Mexico. Hello. And saying they don't really know much about it. Well, I'm just saying that all these things are going to affect all of us. They're going to ripple through. So, Mom, why don't you read? I will relinquish my control of the ever important mouse.
Good. Usually you
the computer mouse
faster before I can get to it.
And then you got to give it back, though, because it's only a loan. It's a temporary loan.
Temporary. Okay. So Class 3 milk price has been surging for the past month. On April 15th, the price was $16.53 per CWT, which is per 100 weight. So for every 100 pounds, it was $16.53. Well, for 4 weeks later, on May 13th, just last week, the price closed at $21.36. That is an increase of $4.83. Isn't that the price of 1 gallon of milk at the store?
Yahtzee. Keep going.
I don't know, because we don't buy milk from the store. So Ben Beckner.
Well, hold on one sec. What is the price of milk?
Where you're at.
Where you're at. We have our own cow. And Face in the Sky is saying impossible and incorrectly pasteurized milk. I know this. Well, there's more to the story, sister.
Yeah.
Continue on.
So let's see. I'm just going to skip over who. Wait, what is it? He's not surprised. Okay. sorry, glitching here. We can all see this. We could all see this coming. The collision between negative production growth of milk and the swift recovery of cheese demand in the U.S. So Buckner noted that the bird flu in dairy cows also may have contributed to the spike of the Class 3 milk price. Bird flu may further challenge herd growth, and we need herd growth to provide that base for future milk production expansion. Well, yeah, if these cows are not having calves, then the herd growth is going down. They're not going to have cows to replace. With the rapid increase of the Class 3 milk price and lower corn prices, Buckner said dairy margins are quickly improving. Well, let's hope that actually does happen. So, like I said, like Brad said, what is the price of a gallon of milk where you're at? Let's see. Sage and Stone says we have goats, but locally it's $5 a gallon. And is that for conventional milk or is that for organic milk? I'm sure organic milk is much higher.
Way higher.
Yeah.
Renee is saying $5 in Washington State. Mm-hmm. There's another one, $6. Am I seeing $6? My glasses. I'm going to blame it on my glasses because it could not be my eyes or old age.
In Missouri, it's Kansas City, it's $6 a gallon. Okay.
Now, here's a fun thing to think about. As we're talking about this, it just hit me. How much is gasoline per gallon?
A little bit cheaper than that.
That's kind of my thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, only a little bit cheaper than that, depending on where you're at.
Ladies and gents, here's the thing. This is not like the gotcha, hey, here's the crazy news reveal thing. Mm-hmm. What this is called a ripple. This is a ripple effect.
Yeah.
When these things happen, it sends shockwaves throughout a whole industry and then other industries around it. Like, for example, we talked recently about cocoa beans being in serious trouble. Chocolate, cocoa beans. And there was a gazillion reasons why these people who produce cocoa beans didn't want to do it anymore. But then you combine that with, say, a problem in the milk industry, and now your chocolate bar that was $1.50, which is ridiculous, by the way, is now $3 if you even can afford it.
Right.
Because we can't.
No. It's ridiculous how much chocolate costs now. All right, so more
the
people
ripple
are saying,
effects go out.
Yep, $4.99, $4.75. Okay. Yeah, and okay, so think about all of the things that milk makes, all the byproducts of milk. Okay? You've got butter, you have cheese, you have yogurt, you have cream, you have half and half, you have what else? I mean, there's so many things. Everything needs milk. Not everything needs milk, but they don't. They're not putting in corn chips, but
that'd be kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like corn chips in a bag.
Gross.
It's like, no, it could be a dual purpose. You got a milk thing here and a corn chip thing here, so you can just dip them. No. Does sound pretty gross.
That sounds nasty.
But it does remind me. I don't know if you guys pay attention to how news cycles work, but usually when there's something that's ramping up, getting ready to happen, manufactured stuff, they usually will throw it out there. Hey, there's a problem here. Hey, there's a problem here. And then it gets more and 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 more. And then all of a sudden, bam, they lay the hammer down on something and everybody has to do certain things. Or everybody has to make massive changes. Or no, there won't be chickens. Or no, there won't be this. It reminds me of when we were in Florida. We've talked about this. We did not live anywhere near an orange grove, but we had a few orange trees in our backyard. And, citrus. Let's just go citrus. There was no citrus canker on any of our trees, none of them. Yet there was the hint of citrus canker 12 miles away. And so even though there's no groves around us, no citrus canker, none of it, they came and chopped down our trees without our permission, against our will, and said, "Oh, here's a nice little gift card you got.
Get $50.
$50.
Yeah, they came and did not ask permission. They cut down all of our trees, and gave us $50.
Now I don't know about you guys, but it sure smells like that's what the rock is cooking. If you know what I mean. Can you hear that? Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
Gross.
I never watched wrestling. I always just thought that was hilarious. So, can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
But
gosh.
doesn't it feel like they kind of lay it out there and they give you the preliminary, hey, this is getting ready to happen?
Yeah.
And that way you don't feel like they were, however, in any way
The problem.
involved.
Right. They weren't involved in what has happened with the price of milk.
Do you guys, anybody feeling that? Or are you just thinking, gosh, you guys are way over the edge?
Yeah.
Because I don't think so. I think that's what, I think we're getting ready to see something.
I seriously think that as well. I mean, it's causing a problem for the price of milk, and for people that can't afford milk, they're just not going to buy it. And
it's not just milk. Milk
no,
is in so many things.
Right. It's not just milk. I know.
Sure.
Went there because that's what it was. But milk, butter, yogurt, cheese. I mean, who doesn't love cheese? I mean, we live in Wisconsin. We love cheese. Yeah. So.
All right, ladies and gents, you got to see this. Christa and I just went to Milwaukee, and we accidentally found this place that you need to see because it is cool. So check this out. This is a very strange thing. We are at a place called the Hunger Task Force in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I had been at this place probably about 10 years ago on a choir tour with a bunch of kids from a church in Ohio. It's cool. They have orchards, and they grow cabbages. They got bees. They have a fish hatchery, and part of what they do is right over there. They involve prisoners to come on over and learn skills, help out. Obviously, the ones that are, not going to be a problem.
Right.
To come and learn farming and do stuff. And they have all kinds of things here. And I've been telling Christa about this for 10 years because she didn't get to go and I got to go. And I was like, this place is great. This place is great. And we were driving to a music store and she spotted, she goes, isn't that the place you've been talking about all these years?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. So we came in here.
There's nobody there.
Nobody's around.
They're all out doing other things. And this is the visitor center.
Yeah, we went on
And they have tours.
tours.
No, they don't.
So we're going to try to find a human, or maybe we'll get into something because we already kind of went through their building.
Yeah, we did.
There's nobody there.
Yeah. And it's all open. All the offices are open.
See?
All the doors are open.
It's very open up there.
No, in the visitor center.
Well, we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can get into...
We'll get into some kind of trouble.
We'll go taunt the bees.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
So we just ended up bumping into, by accident...
The boss.
The boss.
Yeah.
Dave.
Steve.
He said we could walk around, but it's planting season.
So everybody's busy, and we can make it an appointment, or make an appointment to get a tour, but I don't want to take their time.
Yeah,
So
but this
it's
is actually a fish hatchery that they've moved all the fish, but he said we could take a look anyway.
Yeah.
So let's go on in and see, because this is crazy. In Wisconsin, they have this massive fish hatchery.
It's a barn.
Yep, this is what I remember. Don't do it. Nobody sees. But they have all of these gigantic tanks, and they grow fish. And here we go. Check it out. They have bluegill, sunfish, and hybridized. And they have picked these fish for food.
Yeah.
So look at how many tanks. Looks like they have 47 altogether.
Looks like it.
Wow.
Nope, 48.
48. He mentioned too that if we see any fish, they're not supposed to be in here.
No, we need to make sure that they would put them in the pond.
Wow. Look at the insulation too.
I bet it stays nice and with the right temperature in here in the wintertime.
Yep. How cool is this? Well,
This used to be a dairy barn.
yep. A lot of the same drainage.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, let's go see what else we can see.
Let's see what other trouble we can get into.
Oh, looks like we found their gigantic greenhouses, and they've got Looks like lettuces for planting.
This is green leaf, and this is romaine. This one needs to perk up a little bit.
Yeah, those were watered.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it rained, I think.
Hunger Task Force. Everybody's out in the fields, but he said there's a fish, I believe, in that pond right there.
Yep. He said the U-shaped farm, or the U-shaped pond, you could see the fish.
I don't know.
I don't know. See?
Dave said it's okay. There he goes. I think that's Dave. Oh, the Hunger Task Force. That place was really, really cool. And I absolutely love it when somebody says, you know what? I see a problem. I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I must have been there, gosh, 10 years ago, 15.
It had to have been 15. It was a long time ago.
And I had a T-shirt actually that I got from there, and I wore that thing out.
Oh yeah, there was holes. It was definitely ready for the rag bin.
I wager that if you went back and looked at our videos, you would see. I want to say it was a purple shirt. I think it was purple shirt, but I wore it all the time, and I did wear it out. But my thing was when we went there, we had probably 50 people all together, kids and adults. And they put us to work weeding cabbage. But in this particular case, they had prisoners not hanging out with the choir kids.
No.
But they had prisoners who were learning a skill and a trade of farming so that when they got out, they could actually have a real live job on the outside that was productive and awesome and very gratifying for them.
Yeah.
So they were teaching them how to do this stuff. Well, there was not enough help because I guess they say that you got to really do a lot of weeding with cabbage. So we had a minor army of our kids and adults weeding these cabbages. And from what I understand, they would grow a lot of this food, the fish, the cabbages, and all kinds of different stuff from the orchard. And then a lot of it would go right back in to feed the prisoners.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, and the community. It goes and feeds the community too, right?
I don't know what all they do with it now.
Okay.
Because that was a long time ago.
Okay.
I just know that what they told us when we went to help in the tour. Well, that was funny because when you and I just went,
we tried
it's
to
like
get a
visitors.
Tour. Yeah.
Tour.
Right.
Well, then,
no, there was nobody there. It was weird.
We literally walked into open offices.
Yeah. Like their office,
in here?
The office doors were open. There's computers. There's all kinds of personal stuff sitting right there.
I ate somebody's lunch.
No, you did not.
They had Yo Play. It was delicious. No. It was the Perrier. No, I'm kidding. No, it was just weird because there was literally nobody there, and we're wandering around going,
Anybody?
Okay.
Bueller? Yeah, it was really really strange. Yeah.
But what I really going back though, there's a okay. Let me ask you a question. I know that our crowd is a little bit more chronologically up there. We're a little older, for the most part. The people who watch the videos. Have you seen the animated kids movie called Robots?
Yes.
It's an older movie because I guess Robin Williams was one of the voices in this movie, Robots, and it's all these robots. And one of the guys that was the big, everybody looked up to was called Big Weld, and Big Weld was an inventor. He turned out to be a snake, but that's a whole separate side of things. But Big Weld, one of the things he said all the time was see a need,
fill a need.
and I actually think that's a great plan.
Yeah.
And so when I see, a food system that's actually doing something about the problem instead of all of us going, yeah, that stinks.
Yeah. Yeah. They're actually doing something about it.
See a need, fill a need.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you what, folks, what are the things that are going on in your world that would fit that bill? Because I know a lot of you grow food. I know a lot of you can food. I know a lot of you know how to bake.
Yep.
I know a lot of you who know how to make soap. Here's an idea. Why not take the knowledge that you have and share it with somebody else? I'm not saying just give them stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm saying invest into other people so they can do it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There you go. So now, one of the things that really spurred us into getting started with our own animals.
Yeah.
This is true. Scout's honor, knock on wood, the whole bit. We saw a movie that rattled us.
Well, there was several, but this one in particular.
Yeah, there was like several, but then you're right. It was like one of them was like, okay, we are not going to be eating animals unless we treat them well, that we raise them. We know what's in them. We know they're not full of antibiotics. We know they're not full of this. No steroids, no abuse. God.
That's the worst.
And then the solution for us, the only solution was, well, if you're going to keep eating ground beef or chicken or whatever, you got to raise it.
Yes. Yes. Because the stuff that's put into these animals, the way they're treated, what they're eating, not...
Well, tell them about the movie.
So the movie that...
The
first movie was one of the first movies that we saw, but the one we're talking about right now is Food Inc.
Incorporated.
Yeah, Food Incorporated, Food Inc. If you have not seen it, is really, really a good eye-opening movie. There's several
and not
others.
in a good way.
And not in a good way, no. There's several others like King Corn and is it Revelation Food?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's several. I can't think of all the names, but King Corn was another good one. But Food Inc. is the one we're kind of focusing on right now. So,
how did it make you, and this sounds so goofy, this sounds like the ultimate really, really bad interview. How did it make you feel? But really.
What's with the finger?
Because they always do that. They go,
oh. It's like,
they're like, now,
that he was pointing at something.
Now all of a sudden they're interested in what you have to say. How did that make you feel? Tell me about your character, Matthew McConaughey.
I was angry.
Matthew McConaughey, now you're lost in space. Tell me how that made you feel. The movie.
I know. I was infuriated, to be honest, that the food that you go and buy from the grocery store, the meat that's in these awesome plastic wrapped packages was so ill treated. And that really, I mean, I can't even remember when that movie came out, but we started being aware and awake probably 13 years ago.
Maybe 13, a little bit longer.
13, 14 years ago. I just remember that because one of our buckets says 2011 on it.
We still have buckets of food. We bucketed up then.
Yeah. So, and it's still great. So I lost where I was going with this, but that movie really did open our eyes to, okay, we really need to be doing this. We need to teach our kids how to do this. They need to know where their food comes from and how it's treated.
Yep.
And so that's kind of where we went.
Yeah.
That's how we got started.
So we saw that. Okay, let me ask you guys a question here, since this is live and you can see in the chat. Mm-hmm. How many of you have ever seen a movie where like something sticks in your head and you've seen it and there's no way to unsee it? Mm-hmm. And now that you've seen it, it's a memory and it sticks. Because that happened about 2 or 3 times in that movie, the first movie, Food Inc. And I can still in my mind see how some of these animals were treated. And that was like, I was instant resolve. Like, no, we're not doing this.
Right.
Well, all that to say, there's a sequel.
There is a sequel. There's Food Inc. 2.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And so here is the trailer to the new movie that just came out.
Came out 2 months ago.
And we're going to have to turn this music up.
It's already, I just have to press
You can turn it up even a little bit louder.
Okay.
Maybe even louder than that.
Okay.
Because we're going to have to try to, we'll be quiet and then you guys listen because it's not set up for this, but we really wanted to show it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and let me see, where is it? Oh, did I not label it movie? Oh no, where is
Probably news.
it? No.
Isn't that it?
Yes, it is. Okay, on your mark, it's set. Oh, I got it. Press play.
Over the last 2 decades, something called the food movement got started. But the food industry is dominated by a handful of very powerful companies. So there's a lot at stake when you sit down to eat. When the pandemic hit, the curtain was peeled back. There were whole crops being buried. At the same time, there were shortages in the supermarket.
But that's not the only problem. Working in the fields, our work is essential, but we as people were treated as disposable.
How could I go to work for these billion-dollar companies and feed all these people, all to come home to hear my son's stomach growl?
By fixing our food system, we will create health and well-being in every aspect of our lives.
I want rural America to be vibrant again. That's my motivation here. They're going to say, we're not going to let some big mouth senator from Montana stop us. And so, bring it on, guys.
Every one of our oysters filters 50 gallons of water a day, and our kelp soaks up 5 times more carbon than land-based plants.
This is solar-powered, electrically driven, on a programmable basis.
You're dealing with a crowd that does not like change.
When you walk into a supermarket, there's a whole arsenal of additives designed to mislead the brain, actually interfering with the brain's and the body's ability to metabolize food.
I sure as heck don't want my tax dollars subsidizing the things that are making people sick.
Now, what are the proteins that you're producing?
That's something we can't talk about right now.
I wanted to wake up in the morning believing what I was doing. This is wealth right here.
Programs like ours demonstrate the kind of policy change that we want to see.
This is our chance to chart a new course.
I want to see people living life, not just fighting to survive.
Just imagine if the government decided to step in on the side of the consumer and the citizen.
We not only can do it, we have to.
Oh, I didn't notice back for seconds.
Oh, that's funny.
That's funny.
That's really funny.
How many of you guys have seen the first one? Anybody seen the first one?
Yeah. Actually, probably should go back and rewatch it.
I think so.
Because it's been a really long time since we've seen it.
It's been over a decade.
Yeah.
Now, that said, what I read about this, because we have not yet seen Food Inc. 2. We've only seen the trailer, just like you've seen just now. I've been told that there's a lot of positive movement forward, although there were some even more devastating things from, imagine this, political pressures to change the food system so there's more control over the food system from higher up. That is scary.
Disturbing. Yes. Yeah.
Because I got to tell you what, I don't need a bureaucrat telling me what I can and cannot grow in my garden on my land that God provided me to have, not you permitting me.
Right.
That God provided me.
Right. I also don't want them telling us what we should and shouldn't eat. If I feel like we're going to be better eating the stuff that we grow here, yeah, that's what we're going to eat.
How many of you think it's a great idea just to blindly trust what bureaucrats who've never stuck their hands into dirt or would shriek at the idea of stepping in cow poop? How many think it would be a good idea just to blindly trust what they have to say about what you should and shouldn't do on your own ground? See, now she's getting hot.
Yeah.
I need a beeper button. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's 170 of you watching. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Because this, to be punny, it's what's on the menu because it's coming your way.
It is what's on the menu. And that little clip about talking about the proteins.
That's.
I know what they're talking about.
Rhymes with hugs, but it doesn't come from mom.
No, they're not. They're not hugs from mom. Absolutely not.
They do crawl on trees and in the ground, and in the grass.
No.
Yes. So, ladies and gents, heads up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is what's on the menu. Unless people like you and me tell people like those politicians in that movie, okay, you sound like you're good and you're great and you always put on a great face for the cameras and they always make it sound like, oh, this is going to be fabulous. But you go back and look at those people's track record. Because I know the track record of 2 of those people that were in there.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
Looks great on camera.
No, and yeah, I really do want to watch this new one. I want to see what kind of... Okay, I'm just going to say it. What kind of narrative they're pushing.
What do you think?
Yeah.
There's 170 of you here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Caroline has a very interesting comment that I'm not going to read, but I think you should.
We had the
Let's just say that.
We had the same thoughts, Carolyn. Actually, same exact thoughts when we first watched the trailer, just about an hour and a half ago. We're like,
what?
What's he doing on this, and
why?
Why is he on this?
I have to be very, very careful with what I say.
Yes.
About your comment, Carolyn, because it's not my comment. It's not my comment.
No, we're just reacting to your comment.
I would say, Carolyn, that I know for a fact that individual has done some things off camera that were very off-putting. Not only just his stuff, but when the cameras aren't rolling and you're in a situation where you're behind the scenes and you can't speak about it, but I'll just say character goes a long way from me.
Yeah.
And when the cameras aren't rolling, what are they doing to treat other people? Like, how do they really treat people?
Right.
Instead of blah, 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 cameras going, blah.
Yeah, no. When there's when the cameras are not on, true colors are shown.
Let's just say, be careful.
Yeah.
Careful who you listen to. So, okay, that is a major issue today. Our food system is seriously in trouble. Yeah. Now, this
and
is
not
where,
in the way they think.
No,
not in the way the government thinks.
No.
But the way we're thinking that our food system is in trouble.
Let me ask you a question, please, if you don't mind. Chime in the chat. Do you think that you should be able to grow what you want, how you want, on your own property, or should the government, for your own benefit, tell you what you can and can't do when it comes to growing the food that you want for you and your family?
No.
As long as you're not being horrible and illegal to animals, because I would never endorse that.
No.
Nope.
No, as long as you're humanely treating your animals, you're growing in a way that is sustainable.
Should they have a say?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I understand, our name is on the deed to this property. This is our property until we are no longer breathing.
Yep.
Okay. I know that if
you don't pay your taxes.
I was getting to that. I know if you don't pay your taxes, then they'll just take it from you. However, as long as we are breathing and we are paying our taxes, which are wrong and theft. Sorry.
Spicy.
This kind of stuff really gets into my.
It chaps her chaps.
It does.
She gets all chappy. Gonna need some lotion.
I don't have chaps.
She's gonna need some lotion to fix those chaps.
Yes, Space Girl, my castle, my home, my rule. I like that. Yes, yeah. Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah. Sorry,
So,
I get so worked up. I get so annoyed. And
she's glitching.
I glitch because I can't form the words that I want to say because I'm so ticked. So
I want to read a comment here. Arkansas Mama Bear says, our food system has been broken for a very long time. I don't want anyone telling me how, what, and where I can grow or do anything. I agree with you. Thank you. Now, I want to jump onto that bandwagon and talk about that for just a little bit. The only way we fix this is by pushing back verbally and with our actions and with our dollars.
Yep.
Because if we vote the wrong people into office, we get the wrong policies.
Yep.
It's just that simple. And then if we allow them to push us around on our own properties and say, oh, well, we're real sorry, but you can't do this, this, and that, and we don't push back, they're going to keep doing it. Think about it. These massive mega corporations that produce food, that donate lots and lots and lots of money to political campaigns, and then those political campaigns protect those massive companies, and then they say, you can't make that on your own.
Nope.
You can't have that. Well, oh my, there's a new virus thingy mabobber that's out there, and now we have to cull all your chickens. Or we have to take all of your this. So if we don't get vocal,
right,
and we don't vote with our dollars, and we don't push back and just say, you know what, I'm sorry, this is my property. No. Then they will keep doing it.
There's something that we've said that you have said for years is vote with your dollars, right?
Yep.
Another way we can push back is not buy
Don't buy their stuff
in the store.
That's
Don't
a great point. Continue, please.
Because if you continue to buy it, then they're saying, oh, well, this is great. People are buying our product that is injected with all kinds of awesome
chemical concoctions.
Concoctions. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that was a close one.
I was trying to word that in a way that we wouldn't get flagged. Don't buy it. Start growing it. Growing lettuce is super easy.
You can do it in a bucket.
You can do it in a bucket with this much soil.
On a veranda.
On a veranda. On your kitchen table. In a window.
Could
Seriously.
you in a bush?
You could on your tush.
With here or there?
Exactly.
Could
everywhere.
you grow lettuce anywhere?
You can grow it everywhere.
Could you have green eggs and lettuce, Sam I am?
Yes, I would love green eggs and lettuce, Sam I am.
We've had a lot of kids.
We have had a lot of kids.
I dream in Seuss. All the
but seriously,
things is weird.
It is so easy to grow a tomato plant in a bucket on your porch. We did it last year. This tomato plant gave us amazing tomatoes for several months, even past growing season.
Yep.
Okay, and our growing season's pretty short. I mean, sorry. I'm so passionate about this. I really want you guys to be able to grow your own food. And I know a lot of you do. Grow your own food, even if it's just a little bit to supplement what you guys need. Rotate, plant lettuce seeds today. In 2 weeks, plant some more. Because then you can have some now and then in 2 weeks. Keep rotating it because you're not going to be able to eat 100 heads of lettuce in a week before it goes bad.
Can always share it with a neighbor.
You can always share it with a neighbor.
Barter.
Right. I mean, so many things are so easy to grow in a bucket, on your deck, on your porch, even if you live in an apartment.
So here's another great point that I would like to point out that Amanda, is it Amanda? Is it Amanda Christian?
Yes, Amanda. Yes.
There's a great comment that I think bears to be heralded as great. Support local farmers.
Amen. Yeah.
You bet. Now, keep in mind, some of them legally can't sell to you, which is sad and terrible. Most will do it on the side, though.
Yeah.
But they can't do it.
Right.
So don't ever ask them. But most will do it on the side.
Yeah, they will.
Don't you dare ask them. Just do it real quiet on the side.
Goodness.
let's just say there's always a way to make something happen.
There is always a way to make something happen. Yep.
So,
Yep.
ladies and gents, we are facing a major, major challenge. We're facing a major shakeup. And you and I are part of either the problem
or the solution.
So if you choose to go, yeah, I'm angry about this, and then you go to the store and you buy some big, massive mega corporation's chicken, then you're part of the problem.
Yep.
Now you may say, well, I don't have a way to change that. Find a local farmer.
Yep. There are lots of local farmers that sell chicken already butchered right there on their farm.
And it will probably not cost you much more, if at all.
Yep.
And you know how they're treated. You know what's in them. You know that you're benefiting the local farm. And I'm sorry to be hard like that, but it's the truth. It's like we used to get that way. We would be like, I'm so angry about this. When we first watched Food Inc., I'm so angry about this. And then I can't remember who it was among us that said, well, we better start growing our own stuff. It was instant. It was like, yep.
Yeah, I think we both pretty much said it at the same time.
And if you don't, if you're like, yeah, I'm angry, but I'm going to do nothing.
That's how a lot of,
That's how it goes.
that's how a lot of the problems that we have today
Get worse.
have gotten worse. Yes. Because, I'm going to be so angry about this, but I'm going to do jack squat about it. I'm not saying it's you guys. I'm saying in general, most folks are just complacent. They don't want to do anything about the problems that they helped create by voting in the wrong guy or girl or person or continuing to buy, genetically modified or appeal.
Ooh, genetic goop.
Okay,
Yeah.
come on. Look at your labels. If you're going to buy if you cannot grow it yourself and you're going to buy it from the store, look at the label. Where's it coming from?
Yeah.
What's in it?
Let me, this person has no idea that I'm getting ready to do what I'm getting ready to do, just like my wife. This person has no idea what's coming.
It happens to me a lot.
And I'm going to read this comment and I'm going to say, go over to this person's channel and subscribe because there's 188 of you. And I want to be able to bless people who are doing good things. I don't know this person, but what they're doing sounds great to me. Bill Houston says, I just started a micro farm, about 3,000 square foot growing space. I'm rumbling and bumbling and stumbling, but it's more of an insurance than a money maker.
Awesome.
Good job.
That's awesome.
Be part of the solution.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, once Bill gets rolling and understanding how to make 3,000 square feet produce, there's a lot of people who can just take a small amount of space and feed not just themselves, but feed everybody else.
Yeah.
So jump on over and subscribe to his channel, even if there's no content, just to say, yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Open up a new tab and you can right click on his name and he doesn't know what's happening. So
he knows now.
He knows now. He just got 50 subscribers. And how about that?
No
Isn't
kidding.
that cool?
No kidding.
So I would suggest, guys, be part of the solution. There's a lot of people that are saying the problems of this world are too big. They can't be solved. The food and the this and the people and there's this. I'm here to tell you that if we would all actually do something, it would get a lot better, a lot faster than you think. For example, we just heard, because our son is in the military and he's currently stationed in South Korea. We just heard that they have made a national emergency of low birth rates.
Yep.
But over here, we're being told there's far too many humans.
I don't think that's the case.
Well, there's a real easy solution to lack of babies. That's a whole different story. My point is there are solutions to these things, and they're not as complicated as the people that are above you want to make it sound. And Bill is doing great by get off your butt and start something. Do something. Bill Houston, his name is in the chat.
Yep.
Huston. So, ladies and gents, there it is. We do have problems, but I believe we can fix them.
Amen.
So,
yeah.
That said, let's see. I have some free music for you. If you don't know this, it should not be really a big surprise. I'm a musician by trade, Christian music, and I have some free music for you. No charge. It's Bible music, and I do a Bible devotion every Monday through Thursday on Everyday Outreach. So Everyday Outreach is the YouTube channel, and tomorrow we're starting a new book. Here. Oh, I made a graphic. Isn't this? Wow. Look at that beautiful graphic that says new book.
New book day. New book day.
New book day.
Yeah.
So open that one up and make that a subscribed channel as well. And we will be starting that tomorrow morning, 8:30. And you'll have to be there so you know what we're talking about.
Well, and it's 8:30 a.m. Central. Yeah. So just for those of you in different time zones.
Ladies and gents, we can be part of the solution or we can be part of the problem.
Let's be part of the solution.
So
I'm tired of the problems that are out there. Sorry.
If you like praise and worship music, you know what? I'll start with the. Here's some music. We're done.
Have a blessed day, everybody.
Bye.
By your might, oh God, hear my prayer. Give ear to the words of my mouth. My mouth. With a free will offering, I will sacrifice to you. For he has delivered me from every trouble, and my eye has looked in triumph on my enemies, on my enemies. Behold, God is my helper, the Lord is the upholder of my life. He will return the evil to my enemies in your faithfulness. Put an end to them. With a free will offering, I will sacrifice to you. For he has delivered me from every trouble, and my eye has looked in triumph on my enemies, on my enemies. Let the right As for man, his days are like grass. He flourishes like a flower of the field, for the wind passes over it, and it is gone, and its place knows it no more, no more, no more. love of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting on those who fear him, and his righteousness to children's children, his righteousness. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name, his holy name. To those who keep his covenant and remember to do his commandments, the Lord has established his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom rules over all, rules over all. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name, his holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name, his holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his